So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use MELD, which is a software that is used to compare files or several different files. So first, I'm going to show you how to install MELD. First, you go to Google and type MELD, and then click on the MELD. And then over here, you'll find a MELD installer here. Just click on it, and then it will direct you to this page. Just click on download. So since I've already downloaded it, I will just cancel it. And then once you finish download, just install like how you install the normal Windows application. And then MELD will be installed in the program files. Somewhere you'll find a MELD folder over here. And then just click into it. And then you'll find a meld.exe file. So this is the application file that is used to compare files. Alright, so after that, the next thing is that we need to configure MELD as our Git comparison tool. So in order to configure it, we need to go to this .git config file. So this .git config file is located in the C drive, users, and your user's name. Okay, you can find a .git config file over here. So over here is the .git config file. Alright, just click it and open. So this is what I get. I have already configured it. Alright, so I'm going to show you if you don't configure it, what will happen. Alright, so I'm going to remove this one first and then place it someplace. Okay, so right now in my remote repository, I have created a test remote repository, and inside there are 3 commits, and each commit it represents one line of text, 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to clone it to my local. So I'm going to change it to the directory. So I'm going to change it to this D directory, change it to project. Alright, so I'm going to do git clone over here. Alright, so let us see. So right now we have 3 commits. Okay, so let's say if you make changes in the test.txt file, let's say I make some changes for. So if I want to compare the changes that I've made in the working directory and the latest commit, what I can do is that I can use git diff to this command. Okay, so this git diff tool will directly compare the changes in the working directory and the latest commit. So if you type git diff tool, because in the .git config file there is no any configuration about the diff tool and the merge tool, so it will launch a default comparison tool, which is windiff. Alright, this windiff is installed by default. Okay, so just click yes when the prompt comes up. So you can see the changes. On your left side is the changes of the latest commit. Alright, and then on the right side we have modified it, and then which is the changes in the working directory. So this is how you use a windiff to do a comparison. Okay, so let us quit by typing :QA. Alright, so let's say right now we want to use MELD as a comparison tool. We can just copy this one and place it over here. So what this does is that it configures the tool as a MELD. So when it comes to this line, the diff tool is looking for this keyword MELD, and then it will open this application file according to the path. Alright, so since you have set this directory to the path, and then it will open the application according to this path. So this is the path where we have installed the MELD application. Alright, so as for the diff tool prompt, so the prompt is a message that will ask you whether you want to use the MELD application. Alright, so if you set it to false, it will not ask you whether you want to use it or not. You will just directly open up the application. So let us save it, and then we can go to the git bash. Right now I'm going to clear everything, and then we can do a git diff tool. So you can see the MELD application right now is open. So on the left side it contains the content of your latest commit. Alright, so on the right side we have added some changes which is in our working directory. Alright, so you can see when we do a git diff tool, by default it will not ask us anything, and it will just open the MELD application. So right now we are going to close it. So the next thing I want to show you is the git merge tool command. So for this, we need to put the merge configuration into the git config file. So this is also the same. You set the tool as MELD. So when it comes to this line, it search for the keyword MELD, and then it configure the path of the merge tool as this one. So this is the path of your MELD application. So as for the keep backup, so this keep backup is actually you keep the backup of your merge config version of your file. So when you have a merge conflict, after you edit the file and you save it, you save a copy of your merge conflict version in the working directory with the extension of .org, which I'm going to show you later. So right now, let us delete it first, and because I'm going to show you later we have a backup file, let us save it. Okay, so for this, we need to create a situation which will have a merge conflict. So over here, since we already have changes in the working directory, I'm just going to commit it. Alright, if you do git log, you can see right now we have 4 in our latest commit. So in the remote repository, I'm going to edit test.txt file. So right now, I'm going to put something like fourth. Okay, instead of 4, I add a th at the end. Okay, so I'm going to put fourth in the commit message, and let us commit it. Alright, so in the local directory, I'm going to do git pull to pull the changes from the remote into local. So we can see that there's a merge conflict because there's a same line change in the remote and also in the local. So let us do git merge to right now. So if you see in the directory test, these are the files that we have for now. Alright, so if you do a git merge to, so you right now open up the MELD, and then on the left side you can see this is your local changes, and on the right side this is your remote changes. So as for the middle one, this one is a merge conflict version of the file. So you can see in the working directory, it generates a bunch of the file which is base, local, remote, and a backup file. So right now, let's say I'm going to take the right side, the remote one, instead of the left one. I'm going to click on this button. Okay, so since I'm satisfied with my changes, I'm going to save it, and then let us quit. Alright, so after that, you can see your test.txt file, you generate a .org file. Okay, so let us open it up. So you can see that the content in this .org file is the same as the middle file which we have seen in the MELD application just now, which it contains the merge conflict version of our file. Okay, so if you don't set the git backup equal to false, by default the git backup will be equal to true. So it will generate this .org file as a backup. Alright, so if you do git status right now, and it says that all conflict fixed but you are still merging, and we are going to do git commit. Alright, so this is how you do the merging, okay, using the MELD application folder. And right now I'm going to push it to the remote. I have to type in the username and the password. Alright, so let us try to do it again. This time we set the git backup equal to false in the git config file, and let us see what happened. So in the local right now, I'm going to modify the file again. Let us commit it. Alright, and also in the remote side, I also need to make some changes and then do a git pull again, okay? This time, we put fifth in the remote. Okay, so right now, I'm going to do a git pull. For that, we remove this .org file first, and then we do a git pull, and then it says that we have a merge conflict. Right now, we're going to proceed with git merge to again. And still it will generate a bunch of file in our working directory before it opens up the application file. And this time, let's say I'm going to take the right side also, the remote side, I'm going to save it and then let us exit. So after exit, notice that right now it didn't generate the .org file anymore because you have set the git backup equal to false. Alright, so once we have finished merging, we can proceed with the git commit and then save it. Alright, so it has successfully merged. So another thing I want to show you is that let us say that if you have a bunch of .org file. Alright, so right now we have 5 .org file. Okay, let us say that if you want to remove all of it, you can actually use this command, which I have written it here. So this git clean -n command, if you list out all the files with .org file which will be removed. So let us say if we type this command, you can see that this command will remove all this .org file. Okay, what we can do is that instead of removing it by choosing it one by one like this, we can just type the command, this command, So this command, it will remove all the .org file. So -f stands for false. It will clean up all these files, okay? So if you do a git clean end again, so you can see there's still one file left, and you can type this command again to clean up the file. So before we type this, we can see the .org file just now is being removed already. And right now, if you type it again, so all the .org file right now is gone. So this is how you use the git clean command in order to clean up the file that you have specified with this extension. Alright, so this is how you configure everything in order to use the MELD as a comparison tool. Alright, so thank you so much for watching.